Welcome, guys. It is Friday night. What is the day today? April 5th, and there is a bug on my computer monitor. What's going on, everybody? Get the fuck out of here, bug. Happy weekend. Let's see. The bug is throwing me off. Please don't end up in my pint of beer. Does that bother you guys? Whenever like a fly or anything flies into my drink, it's never once bothered me. I've never been like grossed out about it. I always just end up, I don't know, like if it's a gnat, I'll just drink it. Is that gross? I guess it's kind of gross. Sappity AT fleet members, welcome to the stream, guys. Good to see you both. Welcome to the stream, Damon Piacqua, Dio, Dalen, Alex, Sappity, DeHarding, First Galactic Empire, AT chat, Spencer GG101, Carter Lovejoy, Austin Cheney, basically Star Wars, Dale Ernman, Braylon Barnes, Larry the Rodian, Stuart Lugsden. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. I am completely in the mood for a little bit of Blast. I got my fill for the large-scale game mode. I will definitely be back, but tonight I'm just in the mood to run and gun. No objectives. Just mindless running around, holding W and pressing the left mouse button. Welcome to the stream, guys. So, wish my local targets would get the newest wave of Black Series, First Galactic Empire. I haven't looked at. Well, I take that back. I usually kind of peruse the Target toy section just for like baby toys. It's been a while since I've actually looked at Star Wars stuff. I'm not one to buy anything. Like, I've never been a collector. I've never been, I had that itch to buy merchandise for Star Wars. Not since I was a kid. Like, literally, I have bought the only things that I've bought since Disney acquired the franchise, and since Force Awakens and all the movies came out. The only things that I've bought is a Stormtrooper action figure, First Order action figure, a Kylo Ren action figure, and some Kindle books. That's about it. Two Star Wars Kindle books.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Would your daughter grow up to be a Jedi or a Stormtrooper in the Star Wars
nice.
universe? Carter
Lovejoy, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. First super chat and channel support of the evening of the... I consider Fridays the weekend, right? I consider Fridays the weekend. Do you? Do you? But Carter, thank you so much, man, for that tonight. The robot read it, and I'm going to read it as well. That is a very thin... Oh, it didn't load in yet. Did you guys see that? Oh, it's still loading in. Weird. Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much. Would your daughter grow up to be a Jedi or a Stormtrooper in the Star Wars universe? That's tough because they're both pretty rigid, right? They're both pretty rigid ideologies. Well, definitely not Stormtrooper. I think Jedi at least have a little bit of autonomy, right? They at least have a little bit of autonomy and individualism in a way, but they're still kind of a rigid doctrine, right? I think that's why they ultimately failed. Maybe a Jedi is more of a mindset than an organization. Ooh, that is kind of a... Oh, fuck! I'm making a video out of that. I'm making a video out of that stupid shit that I just said. Okay. Jedi, nobody steal that bullshit. I will call you. I'm just kidding. Jedi, I just got some good ideas for that. And I died. I'd sacrificed myself for that idea. Carter, thank you so much, man. I'm gonna say Jedi. I'm gonna say neither, actually. I'm gonna say neither. I'm gonna say neither. I don't want her to become a part of like a rigid ideology like that. But when it comes to mindsets, mindset of a Jedi for sure. A clear mind, calm in sticky situations, able to handle herself well when chaos ensues. Don't panic. You know, I think the virtues of a Jedi are one that are admirable. So I'm going to go with the Jedi, the mindset of a Jedi, not the organizational traits of a Jedi, and certainly not a Stormtrooper. Kind of a cog in this this violent, oppressive regime, you know. But yeah. Carter, thank you so much for the support tonight, man. I greatly appreciate that on this April 5th, Friday night, 7:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm getting super radio voicey there, aren't I? Alright, let's see. What's up, Andy? Good to see you, man. My vacation has begun. Nice. Nice, congrats. Congrats. So, when are you, oh, whoa. Why haven't I died yet? I'm just right next to all these dudes. Oh, I get. Well, shit. You live in the same city as Celebration, so you took the entire coming week off. That's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. So, do you live close enough to be able to just like easily go there without having to like get a hotel downtown? You know, or are you gonna get a hotel downtown? I stopped using the 24-hour clock, Black Sky, because nobody, like, in my life uses a 24-hour clock. It absolutely makes more logical sense, does it not? It completely makes more sense. I've tried to explain it to people in my life, and they just, it's like they zone out and don't even try to comprehend it. The 24-hour clock makes way more sense. Way more sense. So, you know, you have your 10 a.m., your 11 a.m., and then your 12 p.m. And instead of going to 1 p.m., it just goes to 13 and 14. You know, 14 is 2 o'clock.
Here is an odd question.
And it, oh.
We will see more Jedi in episode 9. Will it only be Ray OR? Is it possible there's another winking face?
Clayton Fioriti, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Here's an odd question. I don't consider it odd at all. It's kind of an intriguing question. It kind of, well, I'll get to it, but here's an odd question. Do you think we will see more than one Jedi in episode 9? Will it only be Rey, or is it possible that there is another? So I don't know if we'll see another Jedi other than Rey. I'm guessing no. I'm guessing she will be kind of the sole light side do-gooder. The sole, I don't even know if they're going to use the terminology Jedi with her, you know. I don't know if they're, I don't know. But no, I think she's going to be the only Jedi in the movie. Is there another? Yeah, absolutely. You know, growing up, I never considered it. See, I guess it kind of goes to what I said earlier. Growing up, right? Growing up, even before the prequels and all that stuff, definitely before the prequels, before, like, you actually saw, like, a Jedi Council and an organizational structure. You know, I kind of always, and maybe this was how a lot of people thought of it before the prequels came around too, was that I always kind of considered the Jedi to be more of a mindset, not like an organization with a training camp, It was more of a mindset, right? So this broad, it was not necessarily even an ability. It was a mindset that people could get themselves in, right? You could clear your mind, be one with your surroundings, be one with all the living things around you and you know, your world. Just become at peace, one with the force. You know, it was kind of hippy dippy, and I dug it. Oh,
Madison area. Going down Sunday morning. Spending a couple days with my dad and GF. Then checking into the hotel on Tuesday.
Damn, Andy. Oh, man. I'm not going to say I'm jealous, but I'm a little jealous. 1 sec, Andy. 1 sec. I appreciate that, man. So, yeah, Clayton, I'm definitely going to say there's more out there. No question about it, there's more out there. Because, oh, 1 sec. Ooh, cool question, Alex. Give me 1 sec there, Alex. That'll probably be a pretty expansive answer. So give me 1 sec, man. So yeah, Clayton, I'm gonna say yeah. There's more out there. You know, Broom Boy at the end of TLJ kind of hinted at not necessarily things that we were gonna see, but kind of I don't even know the correct word to use. And not hope isn't even the correct word to use, but a lack of limitation on who and what a Jedi could be. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Makes sense in my own brain. Maybe I didn't present it as well as I could have. But yeah, Clayton, I appreciate that, man. My key. What the? Did the server crash? Can you guys still hear me? Is my internet out?
I don't know.
Am I still here?
Fly casual.
Can you guys still hear me?
You probably have already been told this, but they mentioned Jedi console yesterday. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Des. Oh, we can hear. Okay, thank you guys. You can hear me. I appreciate that. I guess are the servers down, or was that just check my internet? EA, you want me to check my internet? Let's see. Let's try this again. Hopefully it's still up. Where was I? I apologize, guys. Once again, thank you so much, Clayton. And I will definitely, I'm gonna definitely write down more ideas for that video, because you even kind of gave me even more ideas to talk about in that video that kind of Carter, I guess, helped me come up with. More Jedi. I guess the servers are down. Bummer. Well, shit. All right. And Star Wars Ramblings, Mr. Andy, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well, man. It's good to see you. I'm excited for you. I'm in South Central Madison area, Wisconsin, going down... Oh, shit, okay. Going down Sunday morning, spending a couple days with my dad and his GF, then checking into the hotel. Your friend is finishing up around. Please join. What? My friend? I'm not in a party. What the hell is going on? I'm so confused. I'm in South Central Wisconsin, Madison area, going down Sunday morning, spending a couple days with my dad and his GF, then checking into the hotel. Dude, oh my god, I'm pumped for you. That's gonna be such a fun experience. Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe next time.
I don't know.
But
Fly casual.
Desmore Quinn reviews, thank you so much once again, man. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. I got Star Wars Ramblings, Alex, and then am I saying that correctly? Desmore Quinn? Desmore Quinn? I'm sure I'm butchering that. I guess the servers are down. That sucks. So yeah, you're gonna have a blast, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing all your footage. And at the same time, I don't want you to focus too much on that. I want you to focus on, like, just taking that shit all in. Just celebration. But, dude, thank you so much for the support tonight, man. We'll have to play some Firestorm. I don't know if you've played it yet, but we'll have to do that soon for sure. And Alex Godsey, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Any advice for basic in the Navy? So, When are you going? I went in. I graduated in August, so I went in June. And it was pretty hot, so I didn't have to deal with snow and shit like that. I know up in Chicago and the Great Lakes, it gets pretty miserable up there, so hopefully you don't have to contend with that. But man, you know, when I first went, I was super nervous, and I'm sure you are too. If you're going anytime soon, if you're in the delayed entry program, you know, which I'm assuming you are. I quickly got of the mindset not to. I mean, really, what Yoda says, right? Never his mind on where he was, what he was doing. You know, a lot of people had trouble in basic. A lot of people had trouble on deployment. But I've always been able to kind of not really daydream and just focus where I'm at and what I need to do. Because going down like a homesick path, it can be pretty tough. It can be pretty tough. Probably the best advice for basic, though, is just like, don't just shut up and do what you're told, you know, because and that's really it. And don't try to stand out. You know, a lot of people try to volunteer for everything. That's what the Navy stands for, right? Never again volunteer yourself. A lot of people try to volunteer in basic, and it doesn't really get you anywhere. I was a starboard watch leader in basic training, and I was basically in charge of half of the division, which meant that if the starboard section of the berthing, anybody fucked up, I would be punished for it. So I was basically in charge of 40 dudes. And if any of those guys, and they're gonna mess up, right? You're in a division with 80-something people, and you're in charge of half of them, and they're gonna fuck up. And by in charge, it's just like petty basic training in charge. It's nothing crazy. I just conducted marching and wrote watch schedules and stuff like that. But yeah, just keep your nose to the grind. That's really about it. It's not that tough, man. It's definitely more mentally tough than anything, and it's fun. Dude, it's fun. Like, I don't know how if other divisions were like this, but my division was hilarious. We had some real pranksters, and me included, and like, just to pass the time, like, our chief would be yelling at us. The way the berthing was set up, you know, there's racks on either, there's bunks on either side of the room, and when you're standing at attention, you're facing other recruits, right? You're facing other recruits, and they're facing you. And when the chief is like yelling at the other side with his back towards you, we would like hump the air and try to get the other guys to laugh that were watching us, and then vice versa. You know, stupid shit like that. Or and it was there was never anything in like bad taste or anybody trying to be an asshole. It was just kind of always passing the time. But like, we would tie people's boots to their bunks in the middle of the night, and everybody did this. It wasn't just like, you know, we just didn't do it to one person. Everybody did it to each other. So you would tie boots to bunks, and then the person would wake up in the morning and their boots would be like quadruple knotted against their bunks, and they would just be sitting there shoeless while everybody else has their shoes on, and they would get reamed. You would never think of like stupid pranks and cutting up in boot camp, but it definitely happens, man. It's an experience, and I hope you enjoy it, because, you know, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. It's like super regimented. I needed it in my life more than anything at the time, you know. Yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you, man. Probably around June, I've got to get cleared through MEPS first. Nice, nice. What's your rate? What's your rate, Alex? But I appreciate that channel support, man. Best of luck to you. Oh shit, that's I can't, who did you say that? You changed your name. Desmore Quinn? Okay. Dictator Greg. There you go. I'll call you Desmore Quinn. How about that? There you go. Desmore Quinn, hey man, how you doing today? You probably have already been told this, but they mentioned you on Jedi Council yesterday. That's pretty cool. Oh, nice. I actually have not heard that. I did not know that happened. That's pretty badass. What was the? I'll keep an eye on the chat. What was the topic at hand? Did they say that Hello Greedo guy is just he's just an asshole? I'll have to check that out though, man. I haven't sorry, I'm fixing my headset. I haven't watched much of their stuff. I don't watch much YouTube at all, to tell you the truth, since my daughter was born. I really only watch, like, I don't know, just random bullshit in my recommended setting, or, yeah, section when I turn on my smart TV. That's really about it. And Red Letter Media. And the only time I ever watch YouTube is when I'm feeding my daughter a bottle, which takes like 10 or 15 minutes, so, yeah, I don't watch much. Don't watch much. But, I appreciate that, Desmore Quinn. I'll have to check that out. Oh, how they want to meet me at... Oh, nice. How they want to meet me at Star Wars Celebration. That's cool. Yeah, I wish I could go. I got, EA invited me, and, was super nice of me, or super nice to invite me. Regrettably, well, not regrettably, it's my daughter's birthday, and I'm not going to miss my daughter's first birthday for anything. So, you know, maybe next time. Maybe next time. It'd be fun, for sure. I'd love to meet those guys. You know, I did, Ken's podcast, 6 months ago or so? I have completely lost track of time. Completely lost track of time. But, yeah. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Keep an eye out for Alex's. Do you think we'll get episode 9 trailer at Celebration? Oh yeah, no question. No question. I'm sure it'll be at the end of the panel. I guarantee it'll go, you know, the whole panel will be up there. All the actors and actresses, J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy, everybody will be up there. And then at the very, very end, it'll be like, so do you guys want to see something cool? And everybody will cheer. Alright. Here's the trailer, and that's how it's going to go. Oh, man. All right. I thought that shield was gonna go away before. Oh no! Oh, I got him. Shouldn't have turned around, punk. Nice. I definitely will be watching Celebration for sure, 100%.
What are you hoping from Star Wars post-DC9?
The Real Parallelogram. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. One sec. Who said that? Desmore Quinn asked me if I was gonna watch Celebration. Absolutely. It's, you know, right around my daughter's birthday, but I will have time to. It's actually the weekend of me and my wife's anniversary. So Saturday for the Jedi Fallen Order panel. I don't know if I'm gonna do much of anything on that day. I think, well, we're not really doing anything until the evening, so, I'll probably watch the panel and then maybe do a quick, thoughts stream, because I won't have time to put out a video that day, you know, but, I will definitely be watching it as much as I possibly can, especially the big panels, you know, and that's really about it. The Real Parallelogram, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. What are you hoping for from Star Wars post Episode 9? It's my headset all of a sudden hurting my ears. I've had this thing for like 6 years. My ear hurts. My ear. So what I'm really hoping for is what I'm always hoping for is new characters and new situations and new stories that we have never even heard of before. I don't necessarily want to see anything from Obi-Wan or Boba Fett or characters that we're already familiar with. And maybe I'm majorly in the minority when it comes to these opinions. But all I really want are stories completely unknown to us. Nothing from, like, the EU, nothing from the Old Republic, nothing that we already know about. Completely new stuff. That's what gets me excited, real parallelogram. That's really what gets me excited. You know, I'm going to be excited for whatever, and I'm going to be interested in whatever, but when like Solo, for example. Han Solo is my favorite Star Wars character. I wasn't that pumped for the movie. It was okay. It's one of my least favorite Star Wars movies. And I would have rather had a story about a completely unknown character. But I get it. You play it safe here at the beginning of like the acquisition of the franchise, and it's still early. Let's face it. They're still finding their footing. It seems like it, right? And they have a lot more on the horizon. So you do a lot of familiar stuff at the beginning, and I'm crossing my fingers, the real parallelogram. I'm crossing my fingers that after episode 9, uncharted territory is what they're shooting for. That's really, really what I'm hoping for. But yeah. But yeah, real parallelogram. I appreciate that super chat and channel support, man. You know, with Rian Johnson's trilogy and the Game of Thrones guys trilogy, I don't want those trilogies to have anything to do with what we already know. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're going to take place in eras and situations that we are already familiar with. I mean, hell, they could take place during the prequel era and be about characters that we've never heard of during the Clone Wars, you know? You never know. I don't even know if I'd want that. I kind of want just completely different timelines and situations and stuff we know nothing about, you know, because it's a big-ass Star Wars universe. A lot to explore. Or maybe that's the illusion. Maybe that's the illusion. Maybe people are only happy when it's lightsabers and blasters and X-Wings and TIE fighters. I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, parallelogram, thank you so much for the support tonight, man. I greatly appreciate that. And Alex said, I'm not enlisted yet. I have to get through MEPS, but I'm shooting for a cryptic job or intel specialist. My ASVAB qualify. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, either of those would be great, especially for... well, the Navy's great because it has a lot of transferable positions to civilian life, right? It's unlike... I guess in the Army and the Marines. Well, the Army and the Marines have a lot of non-combat and professions that transfer well, but I guess they all do nowadays. They're all kind of dabbling in tech, and they're all kind of, yeah, maybe I haven't really thought that statement through, but yeah, either one of those would be great, man. I was in aviation. I worked with Seahawk helicopters. That's SH-60 Bravos. The Bravos don't exist anymore. I think they're using Romeos. So, yeah. And the ship that I was deployed on no longer exists either. And my squadron no longer exists. So, yeah, the USS Doyle no longer... It's not commissioned. It's no longer in the fleet. The SH-60 Bravo helicopter is no longer in the fleet. And my squadron, which was an HSL squadron, no longer exists. Changed designation. Pretty neat.
This isn't working. We'll have to try something else.
Shit, I need to... There we go.
I don't know. Fly casual. Fly casual.
Episode 9 ends up
Oh, ouch.
Do you think that civility will return to the fan base? I know not everyone will always get along, but I think that it's very possible.
Clayton Fiorini, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. So the robot Reddit, and I'm going to read it too. I couldn't really hear it. If Episode 9 ends up pleasing a majority of the audience, do you think that civility will turn to the fan base? I know not everyone will always get along, but I think that a balance is very possible. Yeah, I don't really notice the lack of civility. I don't really dabble into that too much until, I got linked to a video recently, a couple days ago, and within the first 15, I actually made a video about this. It kind of like kick-started an idea for a video that I'm uploading tomorrow. It's sure to get a lot of people angry. TJ Peterson, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. So, I think civility is there. But civility, how do I put this? Civility is certainly there. It's almost just like the loudest voices rise to the top, and when they're, I don't know how to describe it. I really don't know. I really don't know. I think the lack of civility around Star Wars is a reflection of a lack of civility broadly on the internet as a whole. I don't know if, even if like 90% of the people like Episode 9, there's still going to be a 10% of the people making 100 videos in a week, ranting and raving, clicking record on their webcam, stopping recording and uploading non-stop, and just throwing piss in the pudding, because, a lack of civility is certainly something that is easily monetized, which is kind of a shame. But I don't know. I don't really think in terms of that. I don't really think in terms of what the hell just killed me? Oh, a rocket launcher. Damn it. But I think it's certainly going to smooth out. It's like anything, right? When a trilogy or a movie comes out, yeah, it sticks around for a while, and people debate it, and people get angry, and this movie was better, that movie was better, this movie sucks, blah, blah, blah. Oh. Shit, there we go. JX Editor, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Give me one sec, give me one sec. And, after Episode 9 comes out, I'm sure a couple years will go by and things will smooth out, and maybe people will move to other franchise to bitch and moan about and scream and upload 1,000 videos, about the same exact subject. And the world will move on. I don't really concern myself with kind of a consensus or a desire, not even a desire for civility, to tell you the truth. I don't really concern myself with what other people think of the movies that I watch. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. I hope I answered your question there, Clayton. I feel like I went on a complete tangent. My issue has never lied with, I've never cared what people think of the movies that I like or don't like, or it's where I have an issue with, what I have an issue with is as a YouTuber. I just see I don't know, it's weird to me. Like I'm in the YouTube game, and I just see people uploading multiple videos a day, the most, like, the laziest formats, bitching and moaning about the same exact thing over and over again, looking at things through a biased lens, seeing what they want to see rather than seeing what's there. Carter Lovejoy. Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. One sec. But yeah, Clayton, I appreciate that support tonight, man. I actually have a video coming out tomorrow called "It Ruined the Star Wars Franchise," just because, like I said earlier, I was linked to a video a couple days ago, and within the first 15 seconds, the gentleman said, "It ruined this." How did he put it? He said something like, "It's unanimously agreed upon that it ruined the Star Wars franchise." And I sat back and I was like, what kind of hyperbolic, dumb way of talking is that? Like, how how does anybody legitimately string those words together? It is unanimously decided that it ruined the Star Wars franchise. Unless you're like being satirical, which it certainly wasn't. I don't know how someone can honestly say something like that. Unless you're just, I mean, I don't know, hyperbole and exaggeration, and that stuff thrives. Don't step in the bullshit. TJ Peterson, thank you so much, man. If only Battlefront 2 had crossplay, oh, you would be toast. You wouldn't stand a chance there, TJ. I'm just fucking with you. No, I've thought about that. It would be pretty neat. I love the idea of crossplay for certain games, right? For first-person shooters, though, it might be pretty difficult. Like, in terms of, because I don't think there is even a question which is more accurate, a mouse and keyboard or a controller. Mouse and keyboard, there is no, I mean, it is objectively more accurate. And I would be very curious how a bunch of people playing on a controller versus a bunch of people playing on a mouse and keyboard, how that would go. I'd be very curious. Oh, how did he not blow himself up? How did he not blow himself up?
Fly casual.
Only a Sith in absolutes.
Nice. JX, thank you so much, man. Give me 1 sec. 1 sec. Oh shit, where was I?
I don't know. Fly casual. Fly casual.
LOTR fan. LOTR. What is your favorite fellowship? What is your favorite fellowship moment?
Dragroth, Sorry about that. Dragroth, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. 1 sec. I'm trying to find my spot here. But yeah, TJ, thank you for the support tonight, man. I wish it did as well, and I wish I could host my own private servers, to tell you the truth. That's kind of my dream. But yeah. And JX Editor, try jumping, and only a Sith deals in absolutes. Quote, man tonight. Kite man tonight? Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Do or do not, there is no try. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Yoda? Yoda? Yoda's a Sith. I don't know, it seems like the Jedi dealt with a lot of absolutes as well. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm excited to make this video, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I have an unpopular opinion that Rogue One is one of my least favorites in the saga. But others love it, and that's totally fine. Haha.
Yeah, Clayton, thank you so much, man. 1 sec. Oh. Let the robot catch up here. It's been a couple weeks since I played Blast, I feel like. I've been playing Capital Supremacy since it came out.
Fly casual.
Kite man. Hell yeah. You knew what that would do.
JX Editor, thank you so much once again, man. All right, here we go. Carter Lovejoy says, would you like to see Family Guy do more Star Wars episodes parodying the prequel and sequel trilogies? I've never even thought about that. That is I would love to see Family Guy prequel movies. The problem is, you know, Seth MacFarlane, and it's not a problem. He's like a lot of people of his age and my age, and probably a lot of your ages as well. We grew up with the original trilogy, and that is where like our steadfast love lives. And he probably doesn't have that same passion for the prequel trilogy and the sequel trilogy, right? His passion, without a doubt, lies in the original trilogy. He's interviewed Lucas about the original trilogy, everything like that. And I don't know if... I would love to see that, don't get me wrong. I would love to see that. But I don't know if that's something that Seth MacFarlane would ever want to do, you know? But I would love to see it, for sure. Maybe when the sequel trilogy has been out for a while, because there's more moments I mean, look at prequel memes and shit like that. There are so many things in the prequels that are the like running jokes, running memes, things that people talk about and quote, things that I never would. Who would have suspected that hello there would become a thing, right? When I was watching the movie, I never thought, oh, in 20 years, hello there, or was that an Attack of the Clones? It was, right? Anyway, I never would have suspected that any of that shit would take off. So who knows what stupid ass shit is going to take off in 20 years from the prequel trilogy. But yeah, I appreciate that, Carter. I would love to see it for sure. I would love to see it for sure. Dragroth says, Lord of the Rings fan, what is your favorite Fellowship moment? Ooh. You know, Dragroth, I have always been a fan of... Well, my favorite Lord of the Rings movie is Fellowship. No question. Are you specifically talking about the first movie? My favorite moment in that movie? Or the Fellowship as a whole? Well, I guess my favorite moment will come from the first movie anyway. I'm a big fan of initial world building stuff in any saga, any franchise. Oh, one sec.
I think we all saw. I don't like sand coming.
Maybe JX, maybe. One sec, man. So Dragroth, yeah, I'm kind of a sucker for the beginnings of every saga, every franchise, right? So Fellowship's my favorite. A New Hope's my favorite. Back to the Future. Indiana Jones is a little different. I kind of like Temple of Doom the best. I don't know. But yeah, I'm a sucker for the firsts. And Fellowship is my favorite. I kind of like all the stuff in the Shire. When Frodo is just getting... God, I haven't seen these movies in... I mean, I probably haven't watched a Lord of the Rings movie since me and my wife started dating 10 years ago. That's crazy. She's never seen them. I own them on Blu-ray. We need to sit down and watch them. Maybe I'm pumped as shit to show them to my daughter, though. I saw the Lord of the Rings movies, all three of them, with the same group of guys. We all went to the theater together. We were like 15, 20 deep. My buddy pissed in a cup in the middle of Fellowship. And it was some of my favorite movie-going experiences. But yeah, just because I really love the beginning of things, Dragroth, I think my favorite stuff is kind of, I don't know, the first quarter of Fellowship, where we're getting to know our characters. We're getting to know the struggle. We're hearing a little bit of the backstory. Gandalf comes to the Shire. I just love all that stuff, I just love all that stuff. And Fellowship is definitely my favorite for sure. Definitely my favorite. But, yeah, I can't stress enough, for whatever reason, man, like, in any movie, I just love when our main characters, they all meet and they get together and they go on quests. That is usually my favorite part of any kind of saga or franchise, is when all the characters first get together and maybe they butt heads a little bit. Maybe they don't really know each other too well, and maybe they're a little iffy about the entire situation. And that's where some of the bumbling fun stuff usually happens, But yeah. But I appreciate that, Dragroth. Thank you so much, man. I'm like I said, I'm really excited to show my daughter those movies. But yeah. And Clayton Fioriti. Yeah, I hear you. I have an unpopular opinion that Rogue One is one of my least favorites in the saga, but others love it, and that's totally fine. Yeah, absolutely. Rogue One is from people that I've talked to, mainly on the internet. My friends didn't really care for it. Like my close core group of buddies, none of them really cared for it. And I was kind of surprised to hear that. But for the most part, folks that I've talked to online really seem to like it. it is one of my, it's right above Attack of the Clones on my list. So it's second from the bottom. It didn't really do much for me, but I love that people love it, and I love that it kind, you know, there's a lot of Star Wars to go around. There's a lot of ways they can take future movies, and I appreciate the experiment that was Rogue One. It was the first anthology film. Tried to be a little different, and I appreciate it for what it is, you know. But I have that same unpopular opinion, and you know, when I first told everybody that... Oh, one sec.
Fly casual. Fly casual.
Why isn't the robot rating question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark? Say that a billion times. JX, thank you so much once again, man. Give me one sec. Yeah, Clayton, I remember after I got out of the theater, I was just like, it's all right. And then as I was like writing my review and my script for my review that night, I like once I wrote my script, I went online and just checked what people were thinking or saying. They were like, I loved it, it was awesome. And I went, whoa, I'm good. People are gonna majorly disagree with me. This is gonna be fun. And it was. I've gotten a lot of shit over the years since Rogue One came out for not really caring for Rogue One. And like, it's what's really funny, dude. What's really funny and very transparent.
Apparently, if you genuinely logically don't like or the sequels, you're sexist. This is why both sides are toxic. Love your channel, man. Thumbs up.
Patrick Mahomes, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Give me one sec. I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat. Who is that in your avatar? Are those Ohio State uniforms? I can't really tell. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Give me one sec, Patrick. Shit. Anyway, yeah, I not the biggest fan of it. And it's been kind of fun. Oh, what's really funny is sometimes when I say I don't like Rogue One, people have told me that I'm just pretending not to like Rogue One, so I don't know, it's such a weird fucking like conspiratorial thing. I'm just some dude, and some people think that I don't get it. Some people it's so weird. I don't know. It's the internet, and there's a lot of fucking crazies out there. Anyway, some people think that I'm lying about not liking Rogue One, so I appear more like the common man. When I'm the most I'm drinking a PBR. I'm sitting in my pajama pants. I'm sitting on them Disney checks, dude. 3 sponsored videos in 8 years. Them Disney checks, dude. Gotta love it. People are fucking silly. Anyway, JX Editor, thank you so much once again, man, for the support tonight. I really appreciate that. Kite Man, hell yeah, you knew what that would do. I think we all saw I Don't Like Sand coming. You know, in the moment, I don't even remember. I'm gonna try to find another game. I've just kind of been enjoying shooting the shit with the chat. You know, I don't remember when I first started hearing the whole I don't like sand thing as a meme. You know, I really don't remember when I first started hearing that. It's been a long time. It definitely has been a long time. Something that people have more so complained about as a line of dialogue rather than it becoming like a silly meme, at least years ago. And I'm sure... I barely remember hearing that line in the theater. I barely remember it. But I'm sure I rolled my eyes, and I'm sure a lot of people in the theater did as well. Kind of a cringy moment, right? But... hey, it stuck with us all these years, I guess, huh? But yeah. But I appreciate that, JX. It's working. It's working. I got the perfect picture for it's working. It's working. I got the perfect picture for it's working. It's working. Are you ready for this? Let me find it. It's working. It's working. All right. I used that picture today in a video that I'm uploading tomorrow. I appreciate that, JX. Patrick Mahomes, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Apparently, if you genuinely and logically don't like Ray and / or the sequels, you're sexist. This is why both sides are toxic. Love your channel. Yeah, that's something that I've seen a lot of people... See, I genuinely like the sequel trilogy. I like Ray as a character. I don't give a shit if, you know, Patrick... I respect your opinion and you know, I don't understand why people jump to these labels, these really just, they're kind of just dumb. So if somebody doesn't like something, they're automatically like, oh, a lot of people do it, right? On both sides. A lot of people do it with people that like these movies. You've nailed down my politics because I liked The Last Jedi. Oh, how wrong you probably are. So, like, people are so fucking silly on both sides, Patrick. I just can't wrap my brain around just people, like, going around slinging insults, or not even insults. I don't care about insults, but labels. Like, just easily labeling people. It's weird. Like, people running around calling people SJWs for liking a movie. And I don't even really know what that means. People running around calling people alt-right for not liking a movie, or sexist for not liking a character. And does that exist? Yeah, absolutely, of course. And in a population of 7 billion people, of course there's some shitheads out there, right? But if you don't like a character, that doesn't mean that you're that. I don't know, it's just very silly. I think that's the biggest problem with just this whole internet culture and communication, is that people just slap a label on people and boil a person's opinion or just very being down to a simple, like, one-word label, right? When there's probably a lot of nuance to your opinions and stuff like that. And Patrick, from what I just read from your super chat, I'd probably vehemently disagree with you. But I wouldn't jump to that, you know? I wouldn't jump to that. I don't know. It's just, that's why I've kind of, like, just let go of social media quite a bit. I rarely post on it, and if I ever do, it's usually just to share links or maybe a silly thing that a silly thought that I had, because people just... The equivalent of social media to me, and I wrote about this in the book.
I love their honesty without hyperbole. Most of the internet has become cringe.
Clayton, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. One sec. But anyway, Patrick, I appreciate the kind words. And you know, I've just chosen to ignore the silliness of all that. Because it bums me out, you know. Because people are just so shitty to one another. I don't know. And so hyperbolic. And just so... I don't know. We're going through growing pains with the internet, is what I feel like, you know. People don't know how to communicate on the internet yet. We are, you know, the monkey figuring out how to swing a hammer. We're just now figuring out the tool of the internet and how to communicate with it effectively. And some people just jump on and just start slinging labels and acting like an ass. And that, unfortunately, seems to be quite a bit of what social media is. But, yeah. I appreciate that, Patrick. And Clayton Fioriti, there's a cool Oh, shit. There's a cool podcast called Rule of Two I love to watch these days. I love their honesty without hyperbole. Most of the internet has become cringe. Let me look this up. I know I've heard of it. Isn't it with, Isn't it... Wait. Let's see. Podcast. Yeah, it's a part of the Collider Jedi Council thing, right? Isn't Ken a part of that? Or no? Is he not? Is he an occasional guest? Wait, what am I thinking of? Are the hosts David and John? Wait, the Rule of Two, Episode 1. Rule of Two, Episode 34. So, are there 2 rules of 2 podcasts? I see a Rule of Two, the Rule of Two, a Star Wars podcast that was just updated 2 days ago, and then there's the Rule of Two podcast from Collider Jedi Council. So it's Mark and Mark. Oh, so okay, you're talking about the Collider one. Okay, nice. I guess that makes sense. There's probably a lot of Star Wars podcasts called Rule of Two. I'll have to check that out. I've heard of it, and the one I've heard of is the Collider one. I don't think I've ever heard of the other one. So I'll definitely have to check that out. Mark Fernandez. Let's see. CEO and owner of Collider Video. Oh, wow. Mark Fernandez Collider. I don't know if I've ever seen him. Let's see what he looks like. I don't think I recognize him. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I recognize him from this picture. Was he... Huh. I'll look at this later. But I'll have to check that out. I'll go ahead and... Clayton, I'll go ahead and hop on my podcast. What is this podcast app called that I use? What is this called? Pocket Cast. And I will... Rule of Two. Let's see. Maybe it's... Oh, here we go. Okay, so there's 4 Rule of Two Star Wars podcasts. And the Collider one is not on here. So maybe it's just under the Collider podcast. Let's see. Anyway. Nice. All right, Clayton, I'll definitely check that out for sure. I appreciate the suggestion. It's been a long time. I usually just listen to the same shit over and over again. Star Talk, and there's a NASA podcast called Houston We Have a Podcast, and just I find a groove over like years, and then I never end up branching out and listening to anything else, you know. I have that's a bad habit I get into, but yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Clayton. Oh man. Han didn't believe in the Force 19 years after the fall of the Jedi Order. Oh, people are having a conversation and debate. Oh, did I get kicked out of the game? I minimized, guys. I gotta hop off in about a minute and a half.
Fly casual.
It's kind of like a prequel guy having a convo with a sequel guy only without insanity most of the time.
Clayton Fioriti, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support and the support tonight. Overall, man, I greatly appreciate that. It's kind of like a prequel guy having a convo with a sequel guy only without insanity most of the time. Haha. That sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. I wish I had time to do something like that, you know, like a podcast like that, but I barely have time to make fucking videos, you know. But that idea right there, I don't know. I like, and I'm sure they're old friends, and you know, which is always fun. All right, I'm excited to check that out. I'm assuming the sequel guy is the original trilogy guy as well. That's how it seems to go. Clayton, you Jurassic Park son of a bitch. Spared no expense. Love it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. And Clayton, for whatever reason, you just I've got me thinking about podcasts. But I've always wanted to do one, just never had the time to, and I don't, you know, it would be fun to do it with some of my buddies, but, you know, they're all busy too, all busy, and everybody's married, everybody has kids, and, you know, maybe in the future. What I really want to do is sit down, like, with my dad and do, like, an hour podcast. I think something like that would be fun. Pour some scotch, shoot the shit. I think that would be an absolute blast. You know, maybe I'll talk to him over the weekend about doing something like that. Having a few scotches, talking about life. Be fun. But and then I'll upload it on the channel. Be fun. All right, guys, I got to get going. Gonna watch some Marvelous Mrs. Maisel with the wife. Pop some popcorn, have some beers, and it sounds like my daughter is asleep. Guessing she is, but all right. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, guys. I always enjoyed doing these on Friday nights. You know, it's always a hang. It's always fun. Wish I could do them longer. Maybe tomorrow night I'll do one as well. Let's see, what do I got going on tomorrow night? A lot of house shit still. Tomorrow's probably the final day of. I got to paint the garage. And I got to, what else do I have to do? Nah, just a bunch of bullshit. Oh, I have to dig a French drain and bust up some concrete in front of my garage to prevent some flooding. Yeah, I don't know. Just a bunch of shit. But all right, guys. Clayton Fioriti, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Guy, I hope everybody's being civil in the chat. I haven't been able to keep an eye on it, and I haven't seen any mods on, so I hope everybody's been cool. Clayton, once again, thank you so much. Patrick Mahomes, thank you for the super chat and channel support. JX Editor, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Clayton Fioriti, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Dragaroth, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Carter Lovejoy, thank you for the super chat and channel support. TJ Peterson, thank you for the super chat and channel support. The Real Parallelogram, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Desmore Quinn, Reviews, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Alex Godsey, thank you for the super chat and channel support, and best of luck to you, man. Star Wars Ramblings, Mr. Andy, thank you for the super chat and channel support. And I don't think I missed anybody. TJ, JX. Cool. All right, guys. I will talk to you all tomorrow. And yeah. Maybe tomorrow. I've been craving some Dark Forces. Maybe I'll play some Dark Forces tomorrow. I was going to fire it up tonight, but I had to quickly hop on and fire up a stream. Because I was running a little late because my wife turned on this YouTube video and I was kind of interested in it. So I watched it for 15 minutes and then rushed to my computer. But, all right, guys. Enjoy your weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you when I see you. Be nice. Have fun. And keep kicking ass. See ya.